Recalibrating. Connie is a longtime Toastmaster who believes in the success of Toastmasters that comes constantly from participating in the entire program. Today's speech, oh look, begins another competent communicator designation with speech number 1, the icebreaker. Timer, please provide the lights at 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and 6 minutes for the red. And everyone, please welcome Connie for her speech, Recalibrating.
In July 2017, after a tumultuous 6 months in office, President Donald Trump reportedly pressed the restart button in terms of his White House staff. Common wisdom said that a new staff would signal a change in direction. Now, I am not here to provide commentary on the success or not of this possible venture, but it did cause me to think about the ways that we are forced to reset or recalibrate the various aspects of our lives. Have you ever been driving down a road somewhere with the destination programmed onto your GPS, only to hear that nasty word, recalibrating, recalibrating? Drat! You know you've taken a wrong turn, or you failed to follow the directions, and suddenly you're forced to change your route. I can recall such a summer drive many years ago with my mom, coming home from Red Deer. Our typical route is to go south and east through 3 hills and then through Kindersley. Well, this particular morning, we were driving along and I was concentrating on passing a very large truck. This is a busy highway, so you need to concentrate, especially when you're passing. I managed this though, and we were driving along and talking and listening to the radio. I'm not sure which of us made the comment first. Gee, the turnoff seems to be taking an awful long time to come. A short while later, we saw a sign, Medicine Hat, 85. We looked at each other, realized that we'd gone way too far south, and I said, oops, guess we missed it. Likely when I was passing that truck. I guess we'll be taking a new route home. Lessons learned, too. Pay attention, more attention to road signs, first of all. And secondly, when you miss a turn, embrace the adventure. See those new sights and realize that the destination is still within reach. After all, we still made it home. Now, many of us, likely most of us, have had to recalibrate due to changes in the relationships in our lives. It could be the loss of a partner, death or divorce, for example, and suddenly you're faced with a big change in life that you did not anticipate. You may be forced to raise children on your own, learn to manage finance, prepare meals or take care of household chores and repairs that the other person had always done. Your loss might be your parents. Suddenly, going home for the weekend just isn't possible. Traditions that you held dear, especially over the holidays, are no more. You still sometimes pick up the phone to call mom or to ask dad how to do that. Then slowly, you turn away in the realization that you cannot make that call. So how do you do it? How do you press that reset button? This is something your friends might ask you, and the answer isn't easy, but it is relatively simple. 1 step, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time. You do what has to be done. There's a quote by Bob Marley that says it very well. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Human beings are resilient and stronger than we often give ourselves credit for. It's amazing what we can do when we simply get up and face the day. Are you a goal setter? I know I am. It's a failing sometimes, I think. But in Toastmasters, at work, in various aspects of my personal life, I set goals. And sometimes that causes me challenges when I'm forced to recalibrate. Retirement. isn't something I'm looking forward to, but in some vague and theoretical way. I don't know yet what I'm retiring to. I don't have a goal. And I'm still procrastinating on recalibrating that particular direction in my life. Fitness. You may have heard this story before, and if so, I apologize, but a fellow Toastmaster, Bev Ward, got me into a fitness journey a number of years ago by introducing me to an event called See Jane Try. Now, most recently, I had set a goal to run a half marathon. I registered in 2013, but I got sick and I had to back out. 4 years and 4 surgeries later, 2017 was going to be the year. To my extreme disappointment, I discovered that my injured ankle has way more complications than what I had thought, and it would not be, I was told, a SMART goal. I have to tell you, this was a really hard blow for me to deal with. If you're connected with me on Facebook, you would have seen my wallowing, self-pitying post as I faced this disappointment. But the sun has come up every day since I got that news. I've recalibrated into new sport and fitness goals. I may not ever get to complete my half marathon, but the Queen City is still a wonderful event coming up this weekend. I'll commit myself to volunteering on a yearly basis, which I'm doing on Saturday and Sunday. I love serving as a course marshal and cheering the runners along the route and making sure that they don't get lost. There are lots of smaller distance events too that I can explore to walk, if not to run. I still use my treadmill at home, and I will continue to do so. Recalibrating does not mean that life is over. It's simply an acknowledgement that there is a change in direction needed. Sometimes the destination does get changed, but more often than not, the destination remains, and it's just the route that you adjust. Whichever way you look at it, recalibrating is part of life. So I encourage you to embrace the changes that you face, recalibrate, and celebrate those new adventures. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Connie. I always think of that commercial. This makes me think of that commercial and I love it. And that's exactly what it is. It's a car commercial, and it shows people doing different things of life, and it's like recalculating, and it's got this music, and oh yeah, it always gets me.